Helen Keller. Her life story. Helen Keller was born on June 27, 1880, in Tuscumbia, Alabama. These are Helen Keller's parents, Arthur H. Keller and Kate Adams Keller. This is where Helen Keller grew up. She lived on a farm named Ivy Green. Arthur H. Keller and Kate Adams Keller, which are Helen's parents, desperately wanted to help Helen, so they hired Annie Sullivan, who became her helper and companion for the next 50 years. Helen Keller had many behavior issues because nobody could understand what she wanted, and she couldn't understand what other people were saying. This is the famous water pump, where Helen Keller understood her first word. In one of Helen's hands, Annie Sullivan kept on writing the word water. Helen's other hand was under the water pump. Then it finally clicked, and Helen finally understood the word water. This is Braille. Braille is our English language used in a different way. Helen couldn't see the words, so she felt them instead with Braille. Braille are little bumps representing words and letters. Helen really wanted to learn how to speak, so her parents hired Sarah Fuller. Sarah Fuller helped her for 13 years. Sadly, Helen's mother, Kate Adams Keller, died on August 29th in 1896. Later, Helen Keller went to Radcliffe College and Perkins Institute for the Blind. She graduated both colleges with honors. She was the first deafblind woman to ever receive a Bachelor of Arts degree. Sadly, Helen's father, Arthur H. Keller, died on November 15, 1921. Then Helen Keller fell in love with a man named Peter Fagan. Sadly, they had a very stressful relationship and decided to divorce. Later, Helen fell in love with another man, but Helen's family forbade the marriage. Helen's father almost shot him with a gun. Later in life, Helen described their relationship as a joyous island surrounded by dark waters. Annie Sullivan died on August 20th in 1936. Imagine losing someone who never left your side until death. That is what Helen Keller had to go through. Later in life, Helen Keller did many speeches and charities, especially for the deaf and blind. Helen has many inspirational quotes, such as, "Life is full of suffering, and it is also full of overcoming." And, "The best and most beautiful things in the world cannot be seen or even touched. They must be felt with the heart." And, "Life is either a daring adventure or nothing." Sadly, Helen Keller died on June 1st, 1968, just 26 days before her 89th birthday. She died in her bed, slowly, of a heart attack. Even though Helen passed away, she is still honored around the globe. She is even on the first Braille Alabama quarter. If Helen Keller never existed, then Braille wouldn't really exist either. Braille became popular because of her. Also, if she didn't exist, people who may be deaf or blind wouldn't have another person who knows what they're going through to look up to. I hope you learned a bit more about an amazing, inspirational woman, Helen Keller. Thanks for watching!